The Premier League season is finally back, and this is going to be my Premier League table prediction, so let's get right into it. So we're going to start down in 20th and work our way up to the Premier League champions. In 20th place, I've put Burnley, and I think most people are thinking this because, I mean, they had a great season last year, don't get me wrong. They didn't concede hardly any goals, but James Trafford was a huge part of that, and obviously he's moved on to Manchester City now. Obviously they signed Kyle Walker, but he's knocking on. Oh, he's still a great player, and obviously for Burnley it's quality. But I can't see him scoring many goals going forward, and I just can't see him keeping any out either. So I think they'll be gone, and I do think they'll finish bottom. In 19th place we've put Sunderland, which I do think Sunderland's had a great transfer, to be honest. Obviously Granit Xhaka, what a signing that way, but I do think they signed quite a few too many AFCON players. Obviously they'll all be leaving for AFCON, so none of them will be playing for what is it, a month? I think it's a month, yeah. But the likes of Adingra, he had a massive name for himself at Brighton. Never really worked out. So I do hope for him that it does work out at Sunderland and he pushes on and has a good season. But yeah, I just can't see him having enough. And I do think that all this about the captaincy with Granit Xhaka, I can't work it out. I do think Luke O'Neill should have, been the captain. He knows the club inside out, knows everything, knows all the players, been there years and years. And obviously for your first Premier League season back, you want someone that understands everything. So yeah, I think that were a bit of a mistake, if I'm honest. Obviously Xhaka's a great leader, but I don't know, I wouldn't have done it. But yeah, moving on. In 18th place, and people will think, what's he on about? But I do think Brentford will go down this year. I don't think they've got what it takes. I think obviously Thomas Frank, he was a massive part of Brentford, and he's the person that obviously pushed them on to where they are now. And I don't think they've replaced him with the right man, if I'm honest. And obviously if Wissa does leave and goes to Newcastle, I think that's them done. I can't see them, obviously seeing the starts tonight, and if they'll lose their main player, they've already lost Mbeumo. So yeah, I don't think they're going to stay. I know people keep calling me a bit of an idiot about it, but let's come back at the end of the season and see if I'm right. But yeah, bottom three: Burnley, Sunderland, and Brentford to finish it off. In 17th place, I've put Bournemouth, which I know they had a good cracking season last year, but obviously they lost the keeper, they lost the back four. It's a big rejig for Bournemouth this year, and I don't know if they're going to cope. But yeah, I do think it'll be between Bournemouth and Brentford for going down, but I have put Brentford because I do think they'll lose Wissa. So yeah. And in 16th, I've got Leeds United. I do think we've had a pretty good window, to be honest. Obviously, we've signed Lucas Perry from Lyon, which is a Champions League, Europa League experience, and I mean, it does look quality, to be fair. And obviously, we need a new keeper with all the mistakes Melsley has been making. So I think we're strong in the goalkeeper department finally. Obviously, Firpo we lost. Obviously, we knew we were going. We'd gone and signed Goodmanson, another great left back, or what looks like another great left back. Could have done with another centre half, went and got that with Bijol, and then he looks solid. I think he will be a great player this year. Who else? We've got Sean Longstaff, Premier League proven, was in and out of the Newcastle squad. Obviously their midfield's too strong now, but I think that were a quality signing. Anton Starch, another 6'4", is he? Looking against Milan, he looked quality. Obviously grabbing himself a goal, hit the crossbar, but I think he'll be a really solid player in the middle. The only players that we didn't need were an attacking midfielder and a striker, and we haven't got any. Well, tell a lie actually. We've got Dominic Calvert-Lewin, which looks like he's coming through, which I don't know. I'm not really pleased about, to be honest, if I'm totally honest with you. But yeah, enough about Leeds United. They're 16th. 15th, we've gone Wolverhampton Wanderers. Obviously, we know they lost 8-0, which is a massive loss for them. I know he got beat at the back post a few times, but going forward is absolutely tremendous. And they've lost a few other players and that, and I don't know. I always think Wolves are one of them clubs. They never do shit, but they never really push on. So yeah, That's them. 14th, we've got Fulham, and they're just another mid-table club, aren't they? They've done nothing in the window, which I'm quite surprised about, to be honest. I thought they might have pushed on to try and get a few extra players, but yeah, they really haven't. So yeah, they're in 14th. I think 13th will be West Ham United. They're not signed too bad, not done much either really. That Doof they've signed at left back, he looks like a good, decent little player. And in 12th place, we've got the FA Cup winners, the Community Shield winners, Crystal Palace. And I mean, I do like Palace, and I would have put them higher. However, I do think Eze will leave. Obviously, Arsenal want him, Tottenham want him. And I don't know, I think if either club really does want him, they're going to come and get him before January. So yeah, I can see it. If he leaves, I can see him not struggling, but losing a lot of attacking threat. Obviously, they got John Philippe Mateta still, which I love him and Sarr. I think the quality of both of them. But yeah, I think they'll just be in around mid-table. And in 11th, we've got, I think this club are going to pop a drop off. Obviously, they kept one of the star men this window, which that was all a bit strange, I thought, to be honest. One minute he was leaving, the next minute he signs a new contract. And that's Nottingham Forest and Morgan Gibbs White. I don't know, I don't think they'll do as good as what obviously they did last season. They overachieved last season big time, but I don't know. Langer's a big loss. I know they've just gone in for Omar Hutchinson, but I mean, come on. What is it, 38 million or something? The guy who Ipswich and gone down. I won't be paying that, but yeah. So yeah, Forest 11th. In 10th, we've got Everton. I think Everton will have a great season. Obviously, they've signed Jack Grealish, who I think is actually going to play number 10 role at Everton, which will be interesting to see. Cause obviously, he likes to get on the ball, the run at players, create. Obviously, they've signed Barry up front, but I don't know if he'll start straight away, to be honest. I think it might be better to start with, and then I think Barry might come in and take his spot later on in the season. But yeah, I do think Everton will have a great year. So yeah, they're in 10th. In 9th, we've got the Europa League winners, Tottenham Hotspur. But yeah, they're just Spurs, aren't they? Classic Spurs. Move on. Aston Villa in 8th. They've not done much this window. I don't think they'll do as well as what they have over the last couple of seasons. Don't get me wrong, they're still a great side, but they don't seem to have improved the squad this year for some reason, which I was quite surprised about. Obviously, Newcastle, pretty much similar level club. I don't know, they're not doing much. So yeah, I think they'll drop off and they'll finish about 8th. And in 7th, we've got Brighton. To be honest, Brighton, they're only a small club, but they just always seem to they just seem to get it right all the time. Get the players, improve them, sell them on for loads more than what they bought them for, and they just do the same thing year after year, and it works. So yeah, fair play to them. So yeah, we've got Brighton in 7th. Now top 6, in 6th place, Newcastle United. I think with what's happening with Isak, he's just I don't understand it. How can a player refuse to play for the club? I just don't get it at all. It's mind baffling. But anyway, enough about Isak. I do think they'll still do well. Obviously, they got Gordon and Elanga on the wings, so yeah, I think they'll do pretty well. 5th place, Manchester United. They have signed some quality players, obviously Cunha and Burmo. I know they've got Sesko, which, I mean, Sesko needs to prove himself really. I know he's come for a big price tag for what did he get? 13 goals in Bundesliga. So he's got a point to prove really, because obviously look what's happened with Xerxes, look what's happened with Højlund. That striker spot, just no one wants to take it. So, but yeah. So we've got Manchester United in 5th. Then your top 4, you've got your classic Arsenal in 4th, where they used to always belong. They're just 4th. Let's not speak about them. In 3rd, I think these will have a cracking season, to be honest. We've got Chelsea, which I did have these in 2nd, but I think they'll have a cracking season. In 1st, we've got Leicester. I think they'll have a cracking season. In 2nd, we've got Liverpool. In 1st, we've got Chelsea. In 3rd, I think these will have a cracking season, to be honest. We've got Chelsea, which I did have these in 2nd, but I swapped him out and put him in third. I think the Club World Cup, no one expected him to beat PSG, and they absolutely turned them over. So, yeah, I know, obviously they've got, I don't know what they're going to do with the strike situation, because João Pedro's scoring, 5 in 5, and he's playing really well. But obviously they've signed Liam Delph as well. Who's Liam Delph? Liam Delap is what I actually meant. They've signed Liam Delap, and obviously he's not going to want to be sitting on bench. So, I can see him doing a lot of rotation this year. Obviously they've signed the wingers, which, to be honest, they look great. In second place, we've got Manchester City. I think they've had a great transfer window, and they've built they didn't lose anything, but obviously last season they had a pretty off season, bounced back near end, but obviously it's not the Man City that we know. But I think they'll be straight back. So yeah, Manchester City in second, and your league winners, Liverpool. What a transfer window they've had. Obviously, Florian Wirtz, I mean, I know he's got a big price tag, but I do think he'll live up to it because he's absolutely quality. They just signed everyone, haven't they? Frimpong, Kirkez, you name it, they're going to Liverpool. Especially if they get Isak. If they get Isak and Ekitike plays on that left wing instead of Gakpo, then wow. Just give them everything. Give them Champions League, FA Cup, the Premier League, they'll mop up. If they get Isak, they'll mop up. But yeah, that is my Premier League prediction. Thank you so much for watching. If you have, please like, subscribe, and we'll be back.